Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we currently have the ability to deploy one more time before the financial report, bringing us back up over 10 million C-bills. That would be great, except we're going to instantly lose 2 million C-bills. So, I mean, yeah, that's a thing. But we need to make whatever we can at this point. So we should probably go through and make sure these guys have been promoted. I don't remember if we promoted them or not. Well, not hard case. Okay. So we can grab a point of tactics here. That'll be fine.
Warrior training complete.
What else do we have?
You've got my standing by.
That's it. Okay, fantastic. So let's head into the command center.
Greetings, Commander.
And let's see what we've got available. 2.7 million for this urban battle. It is local government. That might be an interesting option. It is in an urban environment, so LOS will be a little bit tougher. There's this Word of Blake Elite Lance here that is still a little bit on the spooky side. So I think that the cleanest, least risk choice here is definitely this urban battle, local government battle. I think we'll take that. We're still trying to build up our nest egg here, and once we get our nest egg rebuilt, then we can start taking some risks again. So we'll negotiate this. I don't think we're all that interested in salvage. There's no free priority salvage here, so I think we just sit about here. We make 2.2 million C-bills here, which will fully cover our financial report, assuming we don't take a huge amount of damage. So that would be great to have that fully covered, plus a little bit of profit. And we'll just deploy this as is. Everybody should be good to go here. Darius thinks it'll be hard, so this is a good sign. We now know that this will not be hard. Perfect. Let's go. I'll see you guys after the loading screen. Okay, here we are all loaded up, and let's hop into the mission here. It took a little while to load, but I chalk that up to being the urban environment. The engine signatures are bigger than we were expecting. Okay, well, we'll see what it is. We have allies, apparently, and there's some fog messing with our visuals. So where is the local government lance at? It is here. Okay, noted. I don't really want to deploy here. Out over this way would have some significant LOS issues, for sure. They're in a pretty good spot, to be honest. We could deploy somewhere like here, allowing us to head down this road, or we can go up here and head down this road. And I think that's going to be our option. We're deploying in a safe-ish space, and we're going to head up over this way most likely. So we'll see how that ends up going. Our allies are somewhere, and this local government lance is bigger than expected, and there might be reinforcements as well. We'll see how it goes. But, of course, this is a city, and performance is going to be spicy. It's not so much like the moment-to-moment performance, either, in cities. It's weird. It increases calculation time of a lot of different things. I don't know why, but whatever. So we're going to be heading up over this way and getting eyes on them as soon as we can. We didn't get to move there. Our ally did. But now we've entered combat, and we still don't know where our enemies are. So let's take our Centaur up over this way and see what we can find. This is still going to be hidden from them.
Clear the way, I'm coming in fast.
We see a Typhoon. Okay, a couple of big tanks. And that's it. That's all we see right now. There might be more of them, but for the moment, that's it. So they're heading down this direction. Sure. Our allies have a Locust way up there. If it's just these two, this is going to be a really, really easy mission. That said, they're pretty big. And they're definitely heading for us. Okay, that's a Shiltron. Noted. This is reasonably fine for right now. So we're going to need to sprint our way up over this way. We still have spawn protection right now, so we can't fire yet. And we're just going to move all of our units as up here as we can.
Affirmative.
So we'll just position the Grasshopper here. None of these are going to get LOS this round, but I'm hoping that some of them manage to get LOS next round. That would be ideal. So the Marauder is going to make its way up this ramp.
Copy that.
And these guys might consider rounding this corner next round as well. I don't know that they're quite going to make it that far, but if they do, that'll definitely open things up for us. So that archer is going to move over. That's all relatively fine. And our Black Knight is going to head up over this way. Cool. And finally, our Epimetheus is going to head as up the ramp as it can. So right about there. Okay, next round, and we'll see what we've got going on here. They move before our Centaur does, which is slightly remarkable. Oh, we do see a Sleipnir. Okay. Dual grenade launchers and machine gun duel. That's not great. Machine gun array on that Gallant. Long Tom on that Shiltron. That could be painful for us as we're in this choke point. We might have LOS there if we go around this way. We'll keep an eye on that. But that Shiltron is absolutely a problem. For the moment, though, taking one Long Tom hit here is going to hurt. But it's not the end of the world. We'll reserve. And let's see what we'll do. So they're firing a couple of missiles at this Typhoon. Sure. So what are they going to do here? I want them to move this Typhoon probably first, although if the Shiltron moves now, that's fine. Okay, that's those mortars. So nothing too major from that Sleipnir there. Sounds good. Yeah, the Grasshopper has taken a tiny amount of damage, but it doesn't really matter. That Long Tom is the concern. 1000% the Long Tom is the concern. Typhoon moves now, and it pulls back a bit. Okay, so now that Long Tom is going to move, and this is where the pain comes in theory. They should drop it right on the ramp. That's just an LRM-5. There's a unit we don't know about. Okay, that's noted. Very odd. The Shiltron moves up and is positioning here. That is about the right target. Not quite the right target, though. So they end up taking down... Actually, they don't take down that building, but they did hit right here. It's not the best target for them, to be honest. So we're going to move in with our Centaur up over this way. I want to get a bit of scouting done. They do have a fair number of machine guns. We could dip behind the building here and stay undercover. There is this electrical transformer here. So I think we'll position here.
Roger that.
How much side arc armor does this guy have? Okay. He could theoretically die here. I think the odds of that are low, especially with us failing our sensor roll. Let's see what we get done there. Yeah, it's not great. Little bit of damage into its side arc, but that was not ideal for sure. So obviously that Long Tom needs to be eliminated. So next up is going to be our crossbow. They look like they're coming down this direction. We might want to split our forces here and take the crossbow out here. In the meantime, we probably want to lob indirect fire at this Shiltron to soften it up. It's not going to do a lot of damage with it being indirect, but actually that was decent. Yeah, that was absolutely decent. Now our Rifleman. I think the Rifleman has enough heat issues that I don't want to take it through the fire. We're going to send fire support down this direction, and we're going to send our more cavalry-ish mechs up this way, I think. Okay,
What can I do for
so
you?
the Bandersnatch can position out over here. I want to continue to hit that Shiltron. That is currently the top priority to eliminate. And let's see how that ends up going.
Delivery.
We get a few hits in there, but it's not perfect by any means. So next up is going to be our Black Knight. The Black Knight is going to have to move through the Long Tom fire. We do, however, get access to shoot at that Sleipnir. It's not the best hit odds, and we could stray shot our Centaur. Actually, these are decent hit odds. I'm going to take it. We did stray shot our Centaur with one large laser, but we do soften up the armor there a little.
I'm losing armor.
Yeah, I'm aware. Actually, we softened it up quite a lot. So next up would be the Grasshopper. And I'm going to take the Grasshopper up to here. That took a hot minute to calculate. Okay. And I'm not going to fire the AC-20. That's for sure. I think we're probably just going to call it good then. So once again, we hit here, but we did expose the armor, or rather, expose the structure on the Sleipnir. So that's okay for now. The Epimetheus is interested in making its way up there. It can't get all the way up, sadly. But we'll just do something like that. That archer moves up. I would love to have seen it fire on this guy, but sadly he didn't. Next up would be our Marauder. I don't think the Marauder gets... Oh, it does have an LOS spot here. This is probably not great hit odds, and there's a lot of stray shot danger here. I'm not going to fire the ER medium laser, but let's see about the rest. Got it. Beautiful.
Tango down.
Okay, so that looks good. That's 25% destruction. Now, where's that unit that fired that LRM-5 that we don't know about? That's an interesting question for sure. I also am interested in potentially taking out this Shiltron here, but I'm concerned about the machine guns into this guy who's got SRM ammo. So I think I'm actually going to hide our Centaur for the time being and hope that this electrical transformer doesn't blow. Hello. So that's a UAV. Okay. And I'm going to lob a couple of LRMs into this Shiltron. Okay. We'll see how that goes. Phase 24. We're going to continue to advance with our cavalry mechs over here, and our fire support are going to continue to head up this flank as well. The real question is, do they blow this transformer? That would probably be their best move right now, and I don't think that the AI deliberately goes out of their way to do that. They lobbed a couple missiles at our Bandersnatch, and we don't care, so that's absolutely fine. They did not end up moving this Gallant. Okay. The Shiltron is... Okay, that's a UAV moving there. It exits our LOS. At this point, I would like to see our allies firing on the Shiltron. But they don't. They fire on the Gallant instead. That's kind of irrelevant. I really don't care about that. That really, really doesn't matter. Next up is going to be one of these two. Probably the Typhoon, if I had to guess. Whatever it was didn't move. That was actually the Shiltron. So, beautiful. We don't take a second long tom shot there. Our crossbow can step forward. And we can fire on the Shiltron here. Hit odds aren't great, but we're going to continue to soften up his armor as much as we can. Next up is going to be the Typhoon. And we'll see what it decides to do. If anything, the AI has been kind of inactive this campaign in some ways, like specifically with vehicles. I don't know. I feel like the vehicle AI needs to be worked on. Yeah, once again, no actions there. Okay, so the Epimetheus is going to sprint up the road as much as it can. Looks good. And our Bandersnatch is going to head up the road a bit and continue to lob missiles into that Shiltron. I want this Shiltron gone. So we're going to soften it up, and we're going to continue to advance with these units as much as we can. So the Marauder can position here. We're going to be able to start getting LOS soon, but we don't quite have it. We could take down these buildings, but I'm not going to do that for the moment. Especially since the Centaur is quite vulnerable to the machine guns on these tanks. So for the moment, that's not going to happen. That archer didn't fire. Okay. And our rifleman is going to continue to advance up over this direction. There's that UAV. We're going to potshot this. If we hit anything, it's dead.
Acknowledge.
And we didn't. We didn't hit any of those. But we now have vision on the UAV. So that's good. So next up is going to be our Grasshopper, which the Grasshopper also has vision on the UAV. I'm just going to step forward to here.
Position confirmed.
To drop the instability. And we're going to potshot the UAV out over this way. I'm not firing the AC-20. This is very low hit odds. Let's see what happens. Surprisingly, 2 SRMs hit that, and we shoot it down. Beautiful. So the UAV is out of here. Next up, we've got this convoy again. The long tom right here would be painful. The long tom right here would be painful as well, but it would be certainly survivable. We'll see what they end up doing. Okay, firing on the Bandersnatch with a few missiles. Once again, not moving the vehicles. The vehicles really like to get to a parked position and then fire from there. That's for sure. So, if we want to attack with the Centaur here, we absolutely should reserve it. And attack with it after these guys move. This Locust moves in and lobs a couple of missiles at that Typhoon, doing a small amount of damage. We reserve once more. This may well be the Schildtrin. Let's see what it does. I'm wondering how much rear arc armor it actually has. Not a lot is the answer. I wouldn't mind getting that long tom, though. No doubt about that. Okay, so let's position here, and the crossbow is going to head up over this way. We can continue to hit the Schildtrin. It is weakened on this side now.
Here you go.
Good armor reduction there. And once again, the Schildtrin did choose not to fire. I don't know why. That's been happening with the AI and artillery of late. They've just been deciding to fire it once and then not again. I don't know why. There's not been an update. They're working on a big, like, save-breaking update right now, but I don't have an explanation for that behavior. It's just not good behavior, right? So the Grasshopper can absolutely run forward here. That gives us a rear arc on this Typhoon, but barely. So we can fire rear arc on the Typhoon here, firing the AC-20, and this could theoretically destroy it if we have good focus on that rear arc, but if we don't, then it won't. And it didn't. Okay. So that's reasonably fine. Next up is our Centaur. I want to reserve the Centaur one more time because I want to try moving these guys forward. Yeah, this is what I want to see. So the Black Knight positions here, and this could very easily destroy that Typhoon, but that damage did spread out quite a lot previously. We have not managed to break the armor of that Typhoon yet. Noted. So the Bandersnatch is next, and we can position it here. We could fire on the Schildtrin, or we could fire on the Typhoon. Let's see. This is the left side. The Typhoon is facing this way, so this is its weak side. Hit odds are slightly higher on the Typhoon, and it does have that AC-20. We didn't break the armor. Okay.
Yes, boss.
What I was hoping for there was that we would destroy the Typhoon with those salvos, and then the Centaur could get in and kill the Schildtrin. Unfortunately, that didn't end up happening. The Rifleman is going to advance here. And the Marauder is almost certainly not going to get an LOS here. Yeah. That's very sad. That gives them a turn in which they can react to us. So the Epimetheus is going to close in here, and that basically means that we need to move in our Centaur. And the question is, do we go for the Typhoon or the Schildtrin? It's the Gallant that has the machine gun array. However, that has taken a crit. I think the most dangerous thing here as we approach close quarters is, in fact, the Typhoon.
Roger.
I'm going to fire on it. There's a possibility that we stray shot, but I think it's pretty unlikely. This will be our last round of LRMs as well, but that's okay. So the Typhoon is gone. That looks good.
Bottleneck down.
And as we get closer, the Schildtrin is less of a threat. It's an artillery piece, right? So next up is going to be the Gallant, and the question is it going to get to fire its machine guns? Probably is the answer, if I had to guess here. So what are you going to do, Gallant? Ow!
The bastard breached my armor.
Okay, so each of those were doing 18 damage. That is painful. Luckily, they exposed this armor, but they didn't really do anything. The Children ate the ERPPC there, so that's
my
good.
attention.
What do we want to do about this? Well, our bigger mechs are about to breach this corner. I actually think that we're just going to disengage the Centaur here. I don't want to risk the SRM ammo. So we're going to back off here. And I don't think that the Gallant is necessarily going to die this round. So I really don't want to risk that for now. For right now, the Chiltron is going to move. We'll see where it decides to long tom. Long tomming the Centaur could be potentially bad with the exposed armor in this unit. We'll see what happens with it. It chose to not do anything. Okay, I don't know why they're doing that. I wish that they weren't doing that, to be honest. Let's lob some missiles into this Chiltron, and its armor is significantly weakening, but it's still active, unfortunately. Next up would be our Rifleman, and the Rifleman can get LOS here. So we can position here. I think that we fire on the Chiltron. We could stray shot the Gallant, but if we fire on the Chiltron there, we could definitely break through that and blow up some long tom ammo or something. Okay, so we definitely did some stray shotting there. Next up would be our Marauder. The Marauder is going to move into this rear arc, and we're going to eliminate this Chiltron. I don't expect this thing to survive. Yeah, it's gone. Beautiful. So long tom ammo explosion. We can maybe salvage the long tom, but I don't think we're going to get any ammo for it. And we only have one priority salvage anyway, right? So we'll see how that goes. We're going to move up our Grasshopper and fire in the rear arc of this Gallant. This will be a slight overheat, but we'll take it.
Got it, Commander.
Reasonable hits there.
Watch my heat.
And
Taking
our
damage.
Bandersnatch can step forward and continue to weaken up the side armor of this Gallant, although it has a lot of armor. Let's be clear about that. This is the reason why we disengaged the Centaur, because I don't have confidence that we eliminate it this round. Next round, almost certainly. But we can get our Epimetheus into LOS here, so that is a good sign. Just barely into LOS, but into LOS nevertheless. Okay, a little bit of damage there. We mostly took down this building with a stray shot, but that's fine. This archer hasn't done much of anything, although now it does fire. And it's a decent shot. Okay.
Standing by.
So the Black Knight is going to advance up over this direction. I kind of like this cover here, so we'll take that point. And at this point, the Gallant is softened up. We could kill it here, but I don't expect that to happen. Yeah. And this is why we disengaged the Centaur. Because now the Gallant is going to get an opportunity to move. What we can definitely do is reserve the Centaur, allow the Gallant to move in phase 19, and then the Centaur can re-engage. So it'll move now, and it'll definitely die at this point. Well, actually, it probably won't move. They don't like to move vehicles, it seems, for whatever reason. I don't know why. But they definitely like to park and shoot. So some damage to the Grasshopper there. The Grasshopper is fine. That machine gun array is now unjammed. So that's absolutely noted. The Marauder can move in. I want to take this rear arc here. Yeah, we're going to move in here. Was this within minimum range of that UAC-5? No. Okay, so we're good on that front. This could definitely kill it. It will not get another round. I can guarantee you that. But we didn't quite take it down there, which is slightly shocking, actually. Wow, okay. Yeah, that is definitely slightly shocking. The Centaur can come in and finish the job. Get in here, buddy.
Moving as fast as I can.
Okay. We have so many mechs that could finish this, but let's just get it done. Beautiful. So that was pretty simple, all things considered. We just had to... Wait a sec. Why are we still in combat?
I hear ya.
Maybe it'll end at the end of this round?
Ready for orders.
Maybe. I'm just going to move everybody up and sink some heat, just in case.
Commander.
This could mean reinforcements exist. If they do, we don't know about it. We'll see if combat ends at the end of this round. If it does, well, then that'll be the end of the mission. If not, well, then we don't know exactly what's going on.
On it.
What do we got? Leopard inbound to the battlefield with Capellan markings. Additional hostiles headed our way. We just exited combat. So they're coming in down over here. Okay. So I guess we've got reinforcements on the way in. It is about time to put a cut in, and if we have to deal with another lance, this lance should go faster, but I think I'm going to make this be a second episode. We have no idea what to expect out of this, and it is time to put a cut in here. So you can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Kintogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.